You're listening to the Can't Sit Still podcast, where today's news stories are made as funny and informative as possible. Now here's your host, JJ.
How many cards you buy?
Like 15,
How much does it cost?
70
$70.
for 15 cards.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Can't Sit Still podcast. Thank you to the voice in my head that you all get to hear as well. I'm your host, JJ. Joining me today, as always, is Alex.
Hey, throwing you a curveball today.
Yeah, and fast drive right down the middle, Delavan.
Hey, whoa, right there.
Oh, fucking hit
fucking
that.
hit right. Yep,
Hit
hit
the
it.
hell-
Hit
Maybe just
the
keep your hands
hell out of
off
it.
the table.
Oh,
You're making a lot of noises, man. You're making a lot of noises.
I was always told I had to keep my hands on the table before,
Alex isn't allowed to put his hands under the table.
as they sit right now under the table.
New venue for the 100th time in a row. You might recognize this from when we used to do it over Discord. This is my bedroom, like loft in my house. Looks pretty boring. It's pretty cool over here and here. Shows the boring wall. So
Yeah.
there's that. Yeah.
Aesthetically speaking, this is the best way we can make it work.
This is the best way it's going to sound and look this week. So sorry if it's less than good quality. I don't know. We cover weird news and unconventional news topics on this. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. There's a couple of news topics that are going to make me angry, and I'm going to try not to go full Jacob on it.
Here we go.
So
it's a good start.
Place
for
your
sure.
bets now. Will he go full Jacob?
let's just start with the first one. It's about the Catholic Church.
Oh, good start. Good start.
It's kind of
When
all
have they ever done anything wrong?
right.
Draw me a map.
How much time do
to
you
have-
have? All right. Basically, this woman. Okay, now that I say it, my mic stands way too high.
Huh.
That's
If only
better.
someone had warned you.
That's better.
Weird.
All right. Basically, this woman was going through a rut in her marriage, and her and her husband. Her and her.
Hey, what's the title for this one this week?
What do you mean?
Every one of them has to have a title now, right? We have titles.
Well, you mean of the podcast or of the story?
No, the story.
It just says I don't know if I'm going to touch this one, but it's the first one I'm doing. Let's see. So her and her husband decided to spice things up and then make an OnlyFans account together. And they didn't think, they were just like, oh, this is just going to be like a fun thing to do like in our marriage. And it ended up, they were like, it's not going to, they said it's very tame. And they were like, we're not expecting it to do that much. Their first month, they earned $14,000.
Damn.
And now per month, they earn upwards of $150,000.
All right.
I
So
should start an OnlyFans.
a father,
Yeah, you should. I would buy Alex's OnlyFans.
leave a comment if you would buy out. Give a good profile to the camera.
Yeah, look at the camera. Wink at him. Oh God, I would. I'd buy two.
I'm going to go broke.
Can I subscribe twice, please?
What if it's the same picture, the same selfie every single day? He just uploads one.
Oh,
a
I'm
day.
not gonna upload every day. Are you fucking kidding me? It'd
No.
be like once a week, maybe.
Once a week.
What would you charge?
Is it not like a? I thought it was like a
No,
baseline
you get to
fee.
make.
You can do
Really?
a per month, or you can do a per picture or video.
Mm.
So you can put a paywall for each
Ooh,
post,
That would be so greedy, but so good.
or you
Like,
can just.
Which one? What are you doing? What's your price? And what are you doing?
I feel like if I get people in for the experience, so I'm gonna do like a monthly fee. I think
For how much?
$10.
Ooh.
$10 a
Ooh.
month.
Five?
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you right now that there are some OnlyFans that I subscribe to now that are not anywhere close to that high, and they're providing me a little bit
I would
more.
do
so I'm gonna
really
need you to
three for
either
you.
Three?
I would do three
Yeah,
for you.
dude,
a month.
I would do 5, but
I don't know. If
I
I'd
better
do
get more
5.
than just one picture.
a
Oh,
week.
you get 4
for a
For
week.
All right,
No,
I can live with that.
4 month.
For a month, that's once a week.
Yeah,
If you do,
Not even because
If you-
when there's 5 weeks in a month, I'm getting shortchanged.
I think you guys are just prudes.
whatever. Anyway.
You sound like the Catholic Church right now.
Now, see, if you did $5, 2 pictures a week, 1 video a month, I'd be like, all right, for $5 for Alex, I'd do that.
Sexual and non-sexual stuff.
Why wouldn't you do it
Yes.
for me either way, though? If you're my friend,
I would, because I am
Because
your
here's the
friend.
thing,
It's like your
I'm
Twitch
not-
stream. Like I would subscribe to your Twitch, but like, at least
Give me my value.
Yeah.
Give me my money's worth.
I get it, but
this is gonna show up on my credit card bill. My wife's gonna see this. I need to have excuses.
well, she's gonna subscribe too.
Yes, she would.
Oh, totally.
She absolutely would.
Mm-hmm.
Only if you subscribe to hers.
I mean, stop and think about it, though. You have me, Jacob, Ariana, Caius,
Rachel,
I'm sure would.
Your parents.
Probably, yeah, your parents
Yeah,
would
they
definitely
would love that.
subscribe.
your brothers.
I don't. Yeah.
If you're
That one brother definitely has an OnlyFans account. He's not the one that he participates with, but one that he subscribes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He has
Just
a
stop and think
viewer
about it. You
account.
have if all of your friends are definitely going to subscribe.
Mhm.
Okay, well, stop rocking
I know,
the table.
I know. If they're definitely going to subscribe, you're making pretty good money just off of your friends. And then if you get subscribers,
Think about how many
here and
Pokemon
there-
cards you could buy off of
We'll,
your
we'll,
OnlyFans.
we'll
money.
talk about this off camera.
No, I think now's the perfect time to discuss.
If you did non-sexual stuff a month,
Mm-hmm.
but one dick pic a
Oh,
month,
also
$10 for sure.
Oh,
I'm
really?
telling
Yeah.
you right now
Okay.
that 2020 Broadcasting owns that, so we get royalties.
You don't own shit. Next question.
Okay. All right. So anyway, a father so their kids go to this private school. I'm going to completely not say any of my opinions on private schools, but a father of a different kid in that private school,
Wait, father or father?
a parent,
Okay, there we go.
of one of the kids in that private school in her kid's class, found her OnlyFans account by accident. So what does that say about him?
Yeah.
And there was a group of parents, specifically moms, that went to the school, and now all 3 of her children are expelled.
What?
Really?
Her children got expelled from the Catholic school because they don't agree with their parents having an OnlyFans
Who
account.
gives a shit? You're making more off of that than you're making off of teaching. I
You could
promise you
Pay
that.
for a different private
What are you
school.
talking- She's not a teacher.
Oh,
Her kid.
I'm sorry.
She
Here's
doesn't
the
have to
thing.
do
Here's the
anything.
thing. Here's
She
the
makes
thing.
that much
yeah.
money a month on OnlyFans.
Let me just tell you that there is a teacher that actually has an OnlyFans, and then she did. It's a different
No,
story.
yeah, that story I remember. But
Yeah.
this is a different story.
Yeah, and I just
yeah,
crossed
yeah.
those wires.
And this
there,
is-
and so yeah,
I really
my
am
bad.
trying to not
My
go
bad.
off, but I'm just gonna say that this schools are overreaching so fucking far. Our private, our school went through a thing where they were like, "Can we punish people for stuff that they put on Facebook when they're not at school?" And it's like the answer is no. I can't wait to have a kid and just be that parent at PTA meetings because I'm just gonna be like, no, I don't care. Okay, here's the thing: cyberbullying is bad. It is wrong, but if my kid, God forbid, is cyberbullying another kid, if they get detention, I'd be like, well, can you provide proof that they were doing it
What
at
are you
school?
saying? God forbid. It's gonna happen.
No, my kid's gonna get bullied. It's not gonna be a bully.
I don't know.
See, this is where I always think of the Tyler, the Creator tweet, where he just says, "How is cyberbullying real? Just close your eyes." And so,
But if I could be like, could you provide proof that my kid is cyberbullying kids at school or with a school laptop? Then you can give them attention. But if my kid is at my house, even if I would stand by that, if I feel like I would probably view it differently. But even if my kid was getting picked on, and they were like, "Don't worry, we're going to give the kid detention," I'd be like, "You can't do that. They're outside of school. You guys are here to educate. You can't keep
Yeah.
what if I get a speeding if I get a speeding ticket and I'm in high school, are you guys also going to give me detention? What the fuck? This
Yeah.
is not
that's what we have guns for.
I was gonna say the only time that it should be acceptable is whenever it kind of overflows into the
school, yes.
into the school life. Yes.
because there was a fight that happened when I was a freshman in high school at the town square, blocks away from the school, and I was like, why is the principal even involved? I was like, this is not. And if I was the principal, I'd be like, why are you trying to make me do extra work? If the fight happened in the gym, I'd be like, yo, or whatever. But that shit happened at an IGA. What the fuck do you want me to do?
I think the main reason that they do it is because they know that it stems from somewhere, and the place that it's probably stemming from is the school.
I think
It's
that
they don't just come to the school and then all of a sudden be best friends and then leave the school and then automatically
That's
just
true.
go back to bullying.
And I
one
also think
another.
that a lot of what happens in school, I don't think that school boards just make up rules. I think a lot of parents go to them with concerns and they go, all right, we'll make dumb rules about it. And you're like, okay, well, you can't just listen to these fucking dumbass parents. That's what we won't get into it, but our old high school had a lot of stupid people make a lot of stupid decisions that really drove some shit into the ground and caused people to leave and stuff. It was a whole mess. And I don't know. And so this chick outside of school, it's not like she's breaking into the third grade math class, taking nudie photos in front of the Pythagorean theorem and posting them online.
That would make me learn a lot more than
Dude, I would
school
know
normally
a squared
did.
plus b squared equals c squared if that is the case.
The only thing here, and the main thing that I want to try to reiterate is that this is the mother,
Mm-hmm.
not the kids. The kids should not get punished
Why
one
are
bit
they
for what the
getting-
mother is
The
doing.
mother shouldn't get punished.
No.
This should
No,
be a
no, no. She
non-conversation.
shouldn't. But I'm just saying, like, that part reaches even further,
Yeah.
is that these kids have nothing to do with what it... Like, okay, so are you going to just kick a kid out of school if his dad is a murderer?
Or
No,
like
that has nothing to do with the kid.
I
You're
would
still...
be raising hell. I'd be like, I'm gonna go. I want to do a fucking like case study on everyone's home. Oh, that guy's an alcoholic. I want his kid out of this school. Kind of like, I don't know if I told this story. I got a ticket from the city because my alley where I put my trash was a little overgrown with like some shrubs. I went up to everybody's house and I took a picture of everyone's house that was overgrown. Because if they ended up, because they gave me a warning, and I said if they ended up giving me a ticket, I'm going to report every single person on my block. But if they don't, and they didn't end up giving me a ticket, but I was like, if they don't, I'm going to let it go. But if they do, I want to report every single fucking person, because why am I getting singled out for having overgrown shrubs when everyone else does? This is bullshit. And I think I might still have that video of me just walking up the block going like, fuck this guy. This guy sucks. All that hedge is over the line.
Paul, you're all right.
But hey, but you're coming close.
Watch yourself.
So, yeah. And
Did you give yourself a name?
Did I give myself a name?
Yeah, like the overgrown vigilante.
No, just the dickhead.
The shrub up.
Like, I was being an ass, and I'm 100% aware. And if someone did that to me, I'd be like, come on, you're a dick. And I know that. But fair's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get that this is a private school, and private schools have different rules. And it's sort of like people are like, oh, Twitter can't just ban people for saying stuff they don't like. And it's like, yeah, it's a private
Did these
business.
kids get, or did the parents at least get their tuition back?
See, I don't know.
Because they should.
It didn't say. I doubt they did. And I don't know if she's even pursuing like any legal action, because I don't know if she has a leg to stand on in like a court, because it might just be written in like, I don't know, a user agreement for a kid. What's that like when you sign up for a school? It might just be like, if we kick you out,
Handbook.
like it's like a at will state for jobs, but for school. And they might just be like, if we decide that we're gonna kick you out, we're kicking you out, and you can't do anything about it. But I think more like she was just taking this to the news so that she can get the story out there, because this was bullshit.
Yeah, it's absolute bullshit.
It's honestly, though, it's great advertisement for OnlyFans.
I tried finding it, but they didn't provide it in
I'm
the.
telling you what, people make so much goddamn money
Dude,
off
yes.
of OnlyFans.
Dude, I know.
And yet, this is a weird line to go
Here
off
we go.
Uh-huh.
But like Pornhub Premium, I don't think they got nearly as much as what OnlyFans is. But I think it's just OnlyFans
There's
has
a
better
I bet
marketing.
I bet there's more
tool to it.
Pornhub Premium users than you think.
I don't know that there is.
How much is a Pornhub Premium account?
I have no clue. But I maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's the varying different.
I think
price
it's because
points.
there's so much free stuff on Pornhub, and then there's like some paid stuff. But
Yeah, but there's still so much.
there's a lot
free.
of free stuff on OnlyFans, but there's a lot more paid.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, but-
harder to get to the stuff on OnlyFans, whereas Pornhub, the free videos also have advertisements, so they're still making money.
And the OnlyFans
yeah,
is
I
a little bit more
guess.
personal, so I think that like people connect with that better in
I
their
was gonna say,
heads.
that's
Yeah.
probably the thing that because the ads are ads. That's no matter
I mean,
what.
they're still making good money.
Oh
on
my
it.
god!
There's
how
no
long,
way this
How
chick
long
isn't-
do you think it's going to be before OnlyFans becomes sponsored?
What do you mean,
think-
like sponsored?
I think they're
Are
making
they
money
doing
that-
it now?
I think they're doing the sponsor.
Could you
I don't think-
imagine?
What do you mean?
What do you
Like,
yeah,
okay,
what
so
are you
you're
trying to
getting
say?
like, let's say that this chick or guy gets like $10.99 a month. All right, and then on top of that, he or she are now getting sponsored ads, so that it's just like in the middle of
Okay,
whatever
I know
they're
what
doing.
you're talking about, and I have seen that. But
Okay.
those people, from what I've seen, is that they like people who have big OnlyFans. They sponsor stuff on other accounts, like on their Twitch or on their TikTok. Because I've seen a lot of that stuff. Like someone like is sponsored on TikTok.
Yeah,
And
would
they're-
you be pissed off though if you had a subscription to this OnlyFans and then you all of a sudden saw like a sponsorship in there? It'd be like, hey, the whole reason I'm paying you is because I don't want you to have a sponsorship.
No, 'cause
I
I
want
just-
this to be a personable experience.
I don't know how OnlyFans works, but I just probably wouldn't watch that one. like does
I
that
know.
make sense?
Well,
like
okay, but
YouTube
if you
videos.
like, if
Yeah.
like a sponsored
okay.
YouTube video, you're just like, I'm good.
Well, my point is like, okay, so let's say at the very beginning this person just started their OnlyFans and you grew with them, you know, like as they've been like the longer you've been with them. No, it coming out of my mouth doesn't make any.
You're talking about parasocial relationships, which are just bad in general.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying that eventually, after they've grown a while, fucking call it a YouTube person. I don't care if it's an OnlyFans thing.
No, that's what I'm
just-
saying. You're saying it's a parasocial relationship where the consumer is going to be pissed because the individual or entity or whatever is taking money for an ad when they're just trying to make ends meet. And where realistically
But the
you could
difference
say
is-
that's greed, but realistically if you were in their shoes, you do the exact same fucking
But
thing.
the difference is you are paying them to be able to make ends meet. You're
Right.
already paying them, and now they're getting paid.
Yeah,
because
the different on YouTube is because
Yeah,
YouTube's free,
YouTube's
and then you
free.
watch it and you're like, oh, Gus Johnson has a.
I mean, there's still like people
I-
pay for like YouTube Premium and stuff. People subscribe to streamers, and streamers still do like paid sponsorships and shit.
Yeah, but when you get when you pay on YouTube, YouTube
Or
Premium,
Twitch.
how much of that's actually going to the creator you're
Exactly.
watching? This
Very
one you
little.
were directly paying this
so
person.
we'll
That and-
we'll equate it to
and-
Twitch then.
and on
'cause
YouTube and Twitch, when you pay for that, it's also getting rid of ads.
no, on Twitch you can subscribe to a streamer and they can still do sponsored content.
But okay, they can still. But even if you're not subscribed to them, when you click on someone's stream, there's an ad still plays.
not always, no.
But sometimes.
Yeah.
And if you're subscribed, that goes away.
Yeah, not always, but yeah.
So I had a point.
I
I
was gonna
don't
say,
remember what
all
it
right.
was.
So it's
end-
basically like it would be on Twitch where you subscribe for like ad-free content or whatever,
yeah,
but they can still do sponsored stuff
sure.
because it's
But-
in their power.
but my
and then
point
you can
is-
just say fuck you, I don't like it when you do sponsored shit, and you can just unsubscribe.
Can you stop
You
tapping
could.
the table?
You,
Sorry.
yeah, you could, but my point is like you want to stay there for them, but now that they're doing, you feel betrayed because they're.
Why would you
starting to
feel
do-
betrayed?
Because you're paying them in order to be able to be like their original self. themselves.
but
Okay.
you're not paying them.
and you don't want to see an advertisement. The whole reason you're paying.
No, I think
Dude.
you're
no,
paying to
no,
see.
hold on. You're paying to see them naked.
Yes.
You're not paying to get rid of the ads. On Twitch, you're paying them because you enjoy their content.
Yes.
On YouTube, you're paying to get rid of ads. That's almost the only reason to
Yes.
pay for YouTube Red is to get rid of ads.
So what I'm
Okay.
saying is, why are you upset that someone's
Cashing
taking
in.
more money when they can, when the opportunity is available
Plus-
to them, when you would do the same thing in their shoes, and you should be honestly happy for them that they're able to
And-
do this with their position that they're in.
And
No,
what I
okay. I'm
in
starting
any
to see your
case,
point now.
whenever
I
I
get
see
where you're
people,
coming from.
whenever I see people get mad, they're just like, oh my god, I can't believe they sold out. Like they took Taco Bell money, and it's like, okay, so and this is like a specific case. He's like, yeah, they took money, they did a sponsorship with Taco Bell. That sponsorship made them create a whole new series that was good.
Mhm.
So they just made more content. They just got paid for it. And if you don't want to see the Taco Bell ad, you know it's in the first 30 seconds of the video. So just start the video at second 31.
Yeah.
And yeah, what was the original start of this conversation?
Well, the original start of the conversation was, would you get pissed off if the person that you're now paying a subscription to all of a sudden gets a sponsorship deal and starts putting those sponsorships
Now-
in the content you're paying?
I think the
for
difference is if someone only does sponsor content, that's an issue.
Yeah, 'cause
But
now I'm
whenever they're
paying
doing
for you.
normal content and then they throw a sponsored ad in there,
Stop tapping the fucking table.
sorry, it's it's
There's no piano there. Get your hands off of it.
it would sound much worse if it was a piano. Believe me.
That's what we ought to do. Put a piano here so we can stop doing it.
No, so yeah, I get what you're saying. If you're paying that person, okay, let's just say you're on OnlyFans, Alex Bell.
Uh-huh.
You're paying this chick, Bella Delphine, to
Mhm.
see her naked.
Right.
And if she starts doing sponsored content, you're like, okay, you better still be naked. And if she is, you're like, all right, no problem. But if it's just like 5 videos a day of her being like, dude, you should drink G Fuel, you'll
Yeah.
be like, why am I paying to see? I'm now paying to see ads.
Right. It's all. Is it still worth your value? Is basically the point.
That's mainly
and I can kind of see your point as well,
Yeah,
but I'm
Yeah,
just kind of.
I do, because now you're paying someone and you're like, I'm getting ads. But I feel like if you're still getting that original thing that you're paying for,
Uh-huh.
in my eyes, you're good.
That's why I think
Okay.
relating it to Twitch and how their subscriber shit works is a lot more.
The long
similar
story short
than
here,
the
Alex,
YouTube
is
one.
when I buy your OnlyFans, am I going to start seeing some sponsored shit?
If they
Because if
offer
I
it to
start
me,
seeing
hell
some
yes.
sponsor-
And you know what?
shit,
If they
not-
offer it to you, I'm gonna make a new account and subscribe to you twice.
Oh yeah,
And then I'm not seeing
I
enough
will
schlong.
sell out for
I'm gonna have
everybody.
some problems.
I will sell out for everybody. I'll throw a random dick pic
Should we
in there.
make it? Should we make it OnlyFans and just post the podcast to OnlyFans every week?
No. At that point, maybe
Come on,
let's
you
just
guys
get a
wanted to put-
Patreon.
You guys wanted
Let's
to?
just get a Patreon.
All right, that makes more sense.
That makes way
Well,
more
no, I know a
sense.
Twitch streamer who he has an OnlyFans. OnlyFans was originally created as like behind the scenes stuff. It was not a porn site. It was
Look
originally
what it's
created
devolved into.
for
you know?
like celebrities to post.
Evolved, devolved,
Evolved.
evolved,
Evolved for sure, for sure.
Well, no,
evolved.
it's just a better way for people to like
because
make
like
content.
there are celebrities like Cardi B and like Harry Styles and people. They have OnlyFans, but they use it the original way it was intended, which is they just
Okay.
post behind the scenes stuff.
It's funny you mentioned that because I looked up a person and I was like, man, she's really hot. I didn't know she was a celebrity, and I actually went on there and I looked and I was like, oh man, $5. This is a deal. This is a steal of a
and
deal.
it was just the celebrity.
and it was
stuff.
just a celebrity talking. I was like, what a fucking ripoff.
I know a Twitch streamer who does it because, and he has like a lot of followers on TikTok, but TikTok won't put him in the creator fund, which is how you get paid for TikToks. So he started an OnlyFans because he was like, it's like Patreon, but better. He's like, it's a bit, but I'm like, well, it's what it's for. And he does post stuff on it. I didn't follow him because I was like, well, at the time I was like, I don't want to make an OnlyFans account just to follow this Twitch streamer. I don't even really watch him that much. I just think that it's funny that he did it.
Yeah.
Wait, is the one that I'm thinking of?
Daddy Ditto.
Okay. No, it's not. I wish.
Do you think there's people that get all their like content from like OnlyFans?
Oh, man.
Whereas like like we go to like YouTube or Twitch or Reddit or whatever. You think they just go to OnlyFans?
No,
Every day
I
and
bet they go. Oh, well, so they do go to other sites. You're not saying they only get their stuff.
No,
from
I'm saying they
OnlyFans.
mainly get all their content from OnlyFans. Do you
I'm
think there's
sure.
people like that?
Yeah, I'm sure. If you're paying for it, I'm sure that you're logging in.
You're like, I'm getting my
multiple
fucking work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in my money's
I
worth.
guess that's true. I don't know. I've just never seen it as a site like that.
We should probably move on.
We should.
We've talked about OnlyFans
Time are we
probably
at?
for
Oh
like
my
20,
God, that's what time we're at?
25 minutes.
Oh my God, we have to move past OnlyFans. God. Come on, guys.
Moral of the story: we're starting one.
Why have we been on the OnlyFans topic for so long?
Oh no!
Holy shit!
All right, let's go. Let's get to the next one. News podcast, my ass.
That was the only content I brought today.
Sports news. I brought one topic. It was about a mom. We talked about the mom for 5 minutes and OnlyFans for 20. Anyway, sports news. I have sports topics. Okay, you already saw it. You didn't. All right. Disc golf.
Yes.
What
It's
do
the
you?
sport of the future.
It is the sport
It's
of the future.
It's the future now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What do you think the average professional disc golfer makes?
Okay.
I'm not allowed to talk.
And just remember, this is a real world. Don't go crazy.
Like annually,
Yeah.
$50K.
Do they make as much as minor leaguers in baseball?
Let me tell you this. According to outdoordiversion.com, they earn from $62,870 all the way up to $62,870 to $145,473.
Okay.
Now,
That's like LCS money.
this comes from the 25 PDGA golfers. 10% of the players make $212,000.
Mm-hmm.
So Paul Macbeth just signed, he signed a contract back in 2019 for 4 years. How much do you think he got for the 4-year contract?
$4 million.
$250,000.
Okay.
All right. So he just signed a new one,
Mm-hmm.
10 years. How much do you think he got for the 10-year contract?
So for 4, it was $250,000.
I'm disqualified.
Yeah, you're disqualified.
$500K.
$10 million.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And 3 years ago, he got
So-
$250,000. He just re-upped for 10 years to the PGGA, $10 million.
Now I go. Okay. What's the longevity of playing disc golf?
He's going to fuck up his shoulder.
I'd say,
gonna-
what's the injuries that might be going on there? Is it shoulder, elbow?
Probably
Is it maybe hips?
It's shoulder,
Is it-
elbow, wrist might be your biggest factors. You got to keep those babies in shape.
Because is it like a pitcher where it's like, yeah, the arm's pretty important. It's the thing slinging it, but for the like the abs.
I
And the,
don't
and the
think
legs
it's as
are actually
much
the power.
ab leg as a major league pitcher.
Okay.
I think because you have a lot. I think it's mainly arm.
Okay, that makes some sense.
Because so how often is this? Is
So
like
about
is like a
fulcrum?
tournament a month in like the warmer months,
I don't know.
or
How
like
often do they play?
because I'm like trying to equate this because my mind immediately went to like esports contracts. So like league contracts, like LCS contracts, you can earn from like $75K to some players are making like 1.2 million a year, like 2 million a year. There's some like Chinese players that are making like 4 million a year.
I swear to God, if
So-
you tap this table one fucking time,
But yeah,
What are
like
you gonna do about it?
but their careers are a lot
you
shorter.
just kicked it with your big
is the
ass
thing.
boot.
You can't prove that.
So like a 10-year contract would be unheard of. So like 10 years, 10 million. Like I guess that's actually, if you think the sport's going to continue growing and you're already paying people this much, and
Where
this
does he
guy's
live?
really fucking good,
Where does he live? I have no idea.
Because the tax.
and if he
It's
lives in
definitely
California, he's
consideration.
fucked. Anyways,
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say you're not making hardly anything. What do you think? There's a lot of agents for disc golf?
No, there's probably one guy.
That's probably why this guy. It's like the sport itself is actually making absolute millions of dollars, but this guy just now signed the first $1 million contract.
Dude, disc golf sounds like something I would see on ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I
the
would
fact
love
that that's
every
not
second
real,
of it.
like actually just
Dude,
a
it should be
consistently
real.
year-round
I thought they were gonna
thing.
do it,
They only did it for it was only
Yeah.
a week-long bit.
and it was
Yeah.
great.
it was
It
great.
was fantastic.
Like I
loved
would
it.
watch dodgeball. It showed weird shit like monster trucks and stuff like that, and like awesome.
that slapping contest, man, that was fucking awesome.
It's
dude,
like
Ultimate
ESPN
Tag
doesn't want to make money because their content has been shit the last 5 years.
Ultimate Tag is fucking crazy to watch. Like
Yeah.
people are like parkouring. Like they set up a course, and you start at one end, and one guy has to touch the other guy, and it's parkour, and they just
I've seen that.
dude, it's
It looks
crazy. Maybe I'll
fucking
post something,
nuts.
post a
Yeah.
picture or a gif of something right now.
No, but like ESPN 8 just sounds to me like it would absolutely print money,
Oh, it would. People would love it.
and I don't
Actual
know
sports suck.
why they're scared to do it. Like, there's so many times in the year where there's just like lulls in sports where like
Mhm.
it's just the regular season or whatever,
For sure.
and I don't want to watch the like 90th basketball game of the year when I could watch fucking
Okay.
At the point
Frisbee
of where
golf,
they
you
start
know?
playing tennis is where they should take tennis out and put in ESPN.
I like
8
watching
deals.
tennis.
tennis is
I
pretty
hate it.
good every once
I
in a
like
while.
watching tennis.
I
It's
don't
actually
want to watch
not
the
bad.
ball go back and forth quick. I
Oh,
mean,
but
it's
you-
just-
Okay, so
But
you like watching fucking baseball, the world's most boring sport?
absolutely.
Pitcher,
There's a lot
catcher,
more to it.
pitcher, catcher,
pitcher, catcher.
Some
Ground
number
ball,
one
bat
hit
hits-
the
You
ball.
know what I'm saying? Except for when they hit home runs.
Not
and
the
then-
perfect games that I watch.
How often do they watch? How often do they hit a home run?
A lot more than you
Oh
think.
no, I'm legitimately
Probably like
asking.
once a game.
Okay.
Once a game?
No, way more than that. I think it's up now.
Oh, are they juicing again?
Yeah. Well, no. Here's the thing. They've been juicing the ball, not the people.
You keep telling me that.
Yeah, I know.
You keep
There's
telling
a
me the
sto-
phrase
there's
they're
a-
not juicing the ball, and I keep asking you what is
Okay,
juicing a ball,
all
and
right.
you've never answered.
All right.
me.
What they're doing is they're making the core and the ball a lot tighter, so that whenever people hit the ball goes further than what it used to back in the day. And there's been a lot of pitchers in the MLB that have actually come out and said, I can tell the difference in the ball. You keep telling me that there's no difference in the ball. I throw it on a daily basis. I know when there's a difference in the ball. And then finally the MLB came out and said, yeah, we've been putting the
Yeah, because didn't they
it a
juice
lot
the ball,
deeper.
and then for the playoffs they were just like, we're going back to the
Yeah,
old ball,
the
and
old
then
ball.
everybody was just like, why the score so low?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, this is weird. What's going on? And then the next thing they did is they put a humidor in like a lot of the places that have like really high air or like thin air, and then
Mhm.
like really humid heats. And so they're like when the ball used to just fly out, now it just stops.
Love
All right,
it.
here's
They're
what
so
I have.
stupid.
This is the page on the PDGA Professional Disc Golf Association website for January 27th to like February 28th. Now, I don't think these are all in the same league, but like level. But here's all the games they have listed. Here, I'll show you both.
Oh, that's quite a bit.
This is a lot
You
of
get some
fucking
good
games. This is a
games.
lot
So
of games.
That would honestly
Yeah,
definitely be worth the money.
in
Yeah, it's a
2
contract.
months.
$1 million a year for somebody who's going to be playing that much. I think that's
Do you
actually
think
pretty fucking cheap.
I mean, I feel like it's a fun game to play. Probably not a super fun game just to watch.
I feel like watching it
It's-
every once in a while would be great.
You watch a compilation of the insane throws
Exactly.
that people do.
Yeah. And it should be a lot like golf, where you just instead of watching them do the entire golf, you just watch them get.
I think it's
Find,
more like
like,
the money.
putts and
The money
the
doesn't
shot-
come
the
from
main
you
shots.
watching it in advertisers. The money comes from the brand and selling merchandise.
hmm
Um,
it's like how people would only watch Tiger, so now those people are only going to watch
Exactly.
that guy because
Yeah.
Tiger's not playing
Yeah.
anymore.
but do you think this guy? Okay, listen. I
No,
know he
he's
just got
not.
10 million, but it's like
Did you hear what happened to Tiger?
he got in a car accident, right?
Yeah.
He fucked up his leg.
Yeah.
I think he had to
He's-
put like
he's-
metal
he's
rods
not-
put in his leg.
Yeah, he's not going to play anymore.
That sucks, man.
It does.
Well, to be fair,
'Cause
after
when
what-
Tiger's in the hunt,
Have
that's
you
actually
heard-
like some.
have you heard
interesting
all
shit.
of the
Uh-huh.
new like the? I think Ron White said it first in like 2018 or 2019 in one of his albums, where he's like, after all the disgusting Me Too stuff, we should be praising Tiger Woods for having consensual sex. Like we did him a disservice for how many guys we canceled this year, and he kept saying he was like deservingly these like Harvey Weinstein, Cosby, like Louis C.K., like all these people doing fucked up stuff. And yet we got on Tiger Woods' axe for consensually having sex with like 18 women. And he's like, and to be fair, he could have consensually had sex with thousands. And he had consensual sex with 18. And we and we've ruined his life for
You know,
it.
that's a good point. Nobody of like Tiger's like past ever came out and said, you know, like
No, he never like
but he was just
raped
legit-
anybody. He just like had
he's
a phase
Tiger.
on
He
his
just
wife.
liked having sex.
He's Tiger.
And you know what? Good for
I don't
him.
know that he actually had a problem ever getting women. So
No, I doubt he did.
Can you imagine a little kid like getting into golf, and it's like, really, you're gonna get into golf? And he's like, I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna be the best golf player, and I'm gonna slam so much ass. And they're like, off golf. He's like, off golf, and he grows up and he's like, I'm fucking doing it. I'm doing it.
Where do you think golf would be right now without Tiger, though, realistically?
I think it would be like
It would be like tennis.
it.
It would legit be like tennis
Well,
tier.
tennis at least had Serena Williams bring it up.
That's true.
Every sport has at least like one person who kind of like held it up for a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. I don't. Without Tiger, I think the PGA Tour would. I think the green jacket would mean jack shit. Walk in a bar. I think if you walk in a bar now and you tell someone like, "Oh, I have a green jacket from like 20 whenever fucking Tiger didn't win it," someone would be like, "Wow, like you have a green jacket. You must be great at golf." I feel like if Tiger wasn't involved, you walk in a bar and you go, "I have a green jacket," they'd be like, "Cool, I have a blue one." Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Like, what do you mean?
yeah, that's very true. Well, like you said, every sport has a transcendent star that actually like helps usher it into a
Some
new.
have multiple.
How?
True,
I
very
mean,
true.
boxing is big in certain.
Muhammad Ali.
Exactly,
I'll say.
but you know, boxing has a lot of big people because Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson was.
When you think of boxing, like the first thing that comes up, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah, no,
Th-
Mike
it's
Tyson. But
Muhammad
I'm saying
Ali.
if Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay didn't exist or didn't go into boxing,
Mhm.
you'd be like, oh well, the next guy's gonna be like George Foreman, or the next guy's
Mhm.
gonna be Mike Tyson, the next guy's gonna be.
Great grills.
What?
George Foreman.
Fantastic girls.
I got my foot stuck in one once.
But anyways, no, you're totally right.
Yeah,
there's like
every sport has
every
one
sport
guy.
has a one transcendent
Pele.
star. Yeah,
Who's that
Mayweather.
guy who made speed skating cool for 2 years and then it dropped back off?
I don't know.
I don't.
honestly.
You know,
Apollo
maybe not.
Ono.
Yeah,
that's
yes.
it.
Yeah,
Apollo
right.
Ono made
We
speed
need a
skating.
curling guy in the States.
Yeah, in the
That's true.
States.
That's
we
true.
really need a curling guy.
Gretzky.
Yeah, Gretzky
obviously.
for hockey. Like
Babe
someone
Jordan.
makes
Yeah.
every.
Or LeBron, depending
but
on
Jordan
it's
made it.
Jordan made it.
worldwide.
Actually, that's
no,
not
Jordan
necessarily
didn't even
true.
make it big.
No,
I
because-
just saw a documentary about how they supposedly there's a conspiracy theory how they rigged one of the NBA. They did a draft one year in the 80s to get basically strategically sending one rookie to one of the biggest, like to like the Knicks or something, like one of the big places. To
Probably
kinda-
Patrick Ewing.
maybe I'll have to try and find the video.
That makes sense.
But and they did it instead of just doing like a numbers based draft. They did a
The lottery.
lottery. Yes.
That's because there was an issue a couple years ago when who got for it was the Lakers actually because the Lakers
Mhm.
got third overall pick when they had like 0.0025% odds of getting the third overall pick
Oh yeah.
and they got it. So yeah, they're still rigging it to this day.
They
Oh,
have
yeah.
to be. Well,
Absolutely, that's why they're in the
that's
lottery
why
system.
NBA is one of the biggest sports in the world, or like basketball, or not in the world, but in the country. But the USA is the world.
They also don't have a franchise tag like football, and that really fucks football because players are just stuck with teams.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So
We won't get into that. That is not for this podcast.
Deep diving into each thing. Do you think Patrick Ewing has an OnlyFans account?
I would pay for it.
I would totally pay for that too.
Fuck, I should ask. My wife's mom dated an NBA player, and she's still mad to this day that she broke up with him. But she dated
Do
him.
you not know who it is?
No, I
It's
can't.
Andre Iguodala.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if she actually wants me telling that story.
That's all right.
It's out there now. But I think she dated him before he was in the NBA.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
the perfect time to do it.
Exactly right. She could have LeBron'd him. Like, isn't LeBron's wife been with like him since like high school?
Yeah.
It's because he banged her in high school, and she was like, "That's NBA dick. I know that's gonna be a billionaire dick."
We should probably move on.
Yeah.
That's where we,
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right. There's been a new world record. Reporting from Portland, Oregon, a man has just broke the record for highest blood alcohol content.
Ooh.
Now, a reminder to everyone out there, a range of 0.35% to 0.40% usually results in, that is where you start the potential fatality of alcohol poisoning. The legal limit's what,
0.008.
0.008.
Did he say hold my beer and then pass the fuck out?
How much do you think he blew?
I'm gonna say, so I think it's 0.08 actually is the
Yeah.
legal limit, not 0.008. But
You're right, it's 0.08.
and I'm gonna say he blew a 0.7.
0.7.
Man, he was hovering. He was like 0.7. Like he was
trying
like
to tap
he was
on that
inches
table.
from the
Trying to
table.
tap
I'm holding
on
myself back for you guys.
I'm not
trying.
touching it.
I'm trying for you at
You need
home.
one of my fidget toys? I have a bunch here.
No, because I'll
Alright.
just tap the fidget toy.
How much do you think you blew?
And what's our goal? How much did he blow, or did he
0.4
blow?
is death.
What did he blow?
0.4 is death.
Uh-huh. It's potential of death. It's like that's where alcohol
I'm
poisoning
gonna say
starts.
like 0.38.
0.77.
Holy fuck!
He was slamming IPAs while showing someone his vintage vinyl collection, just going like, yeah, no, the coffee scene in Portland's great. Driving away from a hit and run. They pulled him over. The previous record, set by a woman, 0.72, also in fucking Oregon.
You know, they're built differently up there.
That's where they drink,
man.
man.
What are they tossing in the water up there that just makes
It's
people
beer.
superheroes? How is this not held by
They're
7?
just pouring beer.
How are there not
It's Coors.
Yeah.
Coors is the water
How's there
there.
not
Yeah.
17 fucking Florida guys breaking this record every other Saturday night?
Well, because they use them for Molotov cocktails.
They're too busy throwing
Well,
them.
Yeah.
what about in Germany? That's where like
They don't
there's a
drink
ton
like
of
Americans
beer.
drink in Europe. They don't have a drunk culture over there.
Oktoberfest. You
That's
telling me
still
they
different.
They don't drink like a fuck
No, they
ton?
they don't get like drunk to
They
die.
just drink casually.
Yeah, it's like a casual
But that's
thing.
Like
yeah,
normal.
You get there.
You know, like
You,
what,
that's how you get there. It's just casual drink. This dude's just talking about his fucking vinyls, and he gets to a point.
He's going like, "Have I told you the type of
Death
wax I
times
use on my
two.
mustache?"
they probably don't. They don't like IPAs over there either. I don't think, do they?
I doubt it.
I'd have to assume that somebody over there would.
They
be
like
fucking
lagers and
destroying it.
porters and other beer things.
I mean, who knows? Anyways, holy fuck though.
Yeah, 9
7
times the legal limit. 7.77. This guy's blowing fucking. He couldn't
Yikes.
even find the breathalyzer.
What's the drunkest you've ever been? I know your story.
Okay.
You got married off of that story.
Yep.
What about you?
I mean, I blacked out at a frat house in college.
Didn't on the
You
way to do that
blacked out?
party, you found a beer in the front lawn of a frat house and you cracked it and drank it?
It's
Or is
different
that
day.
that's a different party?
It's different
It's
party.
a different day.
His freshman year, he went hard and then was like, you know what? I'm going to play Overwatch for the next 4 years.
I'm good. I went hard that year, and I was like, you know, it's not really all it's cracked up to be. I was like,
Dude, I remember when you were like, yeah, if there was a beer and I just drank. I'm like, you just drank a random yard beer? And
it
you were
was
like,
sealed.
that's what he said. He said, "See," and I'm like, and I get that. And that does hold an argument, but still it's a yard beer. Like,
It's gotta be
how
warm.
desperate are you?
It wasn't desperate. We were just walking down the avenue with all the frat houses.
Should have shotgunned it.
And there was just a beer sitting there, and the guy I was with was just like, "You won't take it." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I will."
Fucking won't.
Here, hold my beer.
I took it, walked into the next house we went to, started drinking it. It's that easy.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Proud of you.
And then then I don't remember the rest of that night, but we'll go on. We'll make it.
you
There was
know,
also another party where I walked to one, and there was a cop waiting outside because they were getting ready to bust it. And the cop was just like, "Hey, you might want to go. You might want to turn around." I was like, "Cool. See you later."
I didn't know that story.
Good looking out, bro.
Yeah, the cops around there were actually pretty cool.
What's the drunkest you've ever been?
Okay, well, everybody knows here that I worked at a bar. One night after that, St. Patrick's Day, and obviously you've been working for at that point almost 14 hours. With that being the case, and it was a lot of carrying kegs and shit, and fuck that. After that, we were allowed to drink as much as we wanted. So this was the same night that I went to a different bar, and we all here know what happened there. Maybe you don't know. You know for sure, but you don't.
I don't. So much stuff happened when you were a bartender. I don't know what story. Is this the one where the guy forced you to buy weed off of him?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay, so I drank. I parked behind another bar whenever I would go to work, and I was walking to my truck. And whenever I walked to my truck, I threw up twice in the alleyway. And I go, I should go grab another drink. So I go into the bar that I parked behind.
Camera died. Hey, sorry, the camera died, and then we took a break and played some video games and ate some ice cream and ordered 6 Happy Meals so we could get the Pokemon cards.
But we got some great cards.
Some of us did.
It's been like an hour since we recorded last.
Well, hopefully the camera's charged.
Oh, you were telling your story about when you were drunk.
Yes. I'm going to make a very, very long story short. A bar got closed down, and then I slept in my truck until the next day.
Why'd the bar get closed down, Delavan?
There was a fight. Let's move on.
Okay. This is off the rails, but it's fine. I don't even know what happened to my my list. All right. This one's just so good. I love the way the New York Post wrote it, so I'm just going to read the article basically straight off of nypost.com. A meal delivery service was forced to apologize Sunday after a customer received what appeared to be a bottle of urine in their order.
What?
The unwanted ingredient, which apparently arrived in an empty plastic Coca-Cola bottle, was included in a HelloFresh meal kit delivered to an address in the UK. Is HelloFresh the one?
Wait. That's not fresh.
Is that the one I convinced you to buy stock in?
No.
What? Oh, Blue Apron.
Blue Apron.
How's that doing?
Shut up.
Okay.
That good.
Oliver McManus tweeted at them and said, "Hey, at HelloFresh UK, I'll keep it simple. Why have I received someone's bottled up piss as part of my order?"
Here's the thing. I really appreciate when people actually say, "I'm going to keep it simple," or "I'm going to make a long story short," or "I'm going to do."
Wow, way to pat himself on the back.
No,
No, I'm legitimately saying that because that means that you're telling me you value my time, and I appreciate that.
All right.
Fair.
And then he also sent a photo. When other Twitter users suspected that the bottle was full of apple juice, McManus offered to return the bottle to HelloFresh, and in quotes, "I'll send it to you so you can have a whiff in case you're skeptical." He tweeted. Others pointed out that the bottle may have been accidentally left there by a warehouse worker or a delivery driver. McManus agreed, saying that the box was already partially open when it arrived. In quotes again, "The last thing I want is for anyone to get sacked or in trouble as a result of an incident, of this incident. It is unfortunate that it happened, but I'm sure it raises some wilder questions about the work conditions in the UK."
That was going to be my question of, how is this just a normal thing?
It's probably some poor delivery driver just like had a bottle.
Just
that
had
he
to pee, man.
in it. Yeah.
HelloFresh quickly responded to McManus on Twitter saying, "They truly lack the words to describe how sorry we are because of this," before issuing a longer apology to UK media outlets. That's so fucking crazy. You get
hilarious.
Basically, for people who don't know, HelloFresh just sends you ingredients and you make your own food, and like it's supposed to be healthy, except for the piss.
You could. It's sterile. You could drink.
It's not sterile.
You could drink your own piss.
So my thing is, why were the people telling him to drink it? Like it was apple juice. It's in a Coke bottle. Who would pour a Coke out of a Coke bottle and put apple juice in it and be like, "It's for my secret apple juice"?
Trust me, like, do you not think I thought this might have been something else and didn't open it up? Like, listen, there's been a whiff.
It could have been like that Crystal Coke, but it was just so old that it looked yellow.
It
it had
aged.
like the yellow tint to it.
Crystal
but no.
Pepsi.
Oh, Crystal Pepsi, yeah.
It matters. It matters.
Okay.
The vibe is so weird now. 'Cause we're so fucking full right now. Because not only did my wife make like a 17-course meal tonight on the grill, we just ate some more chicken nuggets and burgers so we could get those fucking Pokemon cards.
We're man children.
I
and we
like
love
the
it.
ones I got. You got some good ones.
I got two great ones.
Delvin? All right.
In being the person that bought them, I feel very betrayed.
I offered to trade you.
I didn't. Get
No,
fucked.
you didn't.
I was going to, and then I saw your
you
cards.
did. Beside the point. Let's move on.
You got the really two shitty ones.
Hey, I'm moving on.
Okay.
Let's move on. Let's move on together, Alex.
JJ's pick of the week.
No.
Wait, Alex. If we were to run away together, how long do you think the week would last?
Where would you go? I feel like you guys would run out of stuff to talk about awfully quick.
Well, okay,
I don't
that
know.
probably not. We'd honestly be
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
think for a long time.
We have a very good dynamic without
We're
you
both
around.
okay with not talking.
Okay, because that's cool. I like that.
So
Just being able to be near somebody, do your own thing, and just quiet. It's nice.
Yeah.
I think we'd be good.
But I just feel like you two, you'd be like, this isn't an okay
He-
quiet. This is just an awkward quiet.
No,
no,
man,
we'd
it'd
be
be
fine.
it'd be fine.
He would talk about baseball once, and that's when I would probably leave. But
You know what? I still have your guys' friendship from like 5 years ago stuck in my head from when you like accidentally showed up at his house thinking I was there and I was 45 minutes away in the other direction.
I still have the time that you showed up and just hung out with Dirk and watched Lost
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
45
I
minutes
showed up-
until I got home.
Dude, it was like 2 hours. You said you'd be home in like 30 minutes, and I was like, all right. And so Dirk was just like, so what's up? Dirk's Delvin's old roommate, who I talked to once. And I was like, no, I'm just waiting on Delvin. He's like, cool. We just watched 2 episodes of Lost together and didn't say a fucking word, basically, and then I fell asleep. Yeah, man, that apartment was weird.
Yes, it was.
All right.
It was.
So there was some road construction done on the A14 in Cambridgeshire in the UK between 2017 and 2018. They found some stones and such from an old Roman road. There were a few markings that had been recently put back together and studied and revealed in the carving of the stones believed to be used as road markers by the Romans. And the carving was none other than a dick and balls.
I was actually going to ask if it was dick
Love
butt.
it.
It was dick and balls.
Okay.
An Oxford archaeologist said that the piece was phallic images were seen as important images of strength and fertility in the Roman world, with it being a common practice for legionnaires to wear phallus amulets, which would give them good luck before battle.
And when I put graffiti on the walls, of
Uh-huh.
dick, that's what I'm doing too.
Yeah, just dick
it's
and-
it's about the strength and fertility.
I get it. So so these are mile markers.
Mm-hmm.
How many miles do you think a dick and balls represented?
It did say,
Depends on
but
the
it was
inch.
in such
That's
a.
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, what is the average size of a Roman?
Oh man, yeah, because they say people are like taller now than they used to be.
Yeah.
That's
What
about
was the
3
average
inches
you
down
think-
the way.
You think they were really well hung back then?
Yeah,
or you
and
think they were
so
just like
Rome first had a presence in like the UK in like 42 or 46 AD. So what do you think the average dick size was? Like
what's the average now? It's like 5 inches?
5.5,
3.
I think we talked about this before. didn't we?
Two's pretty solid. Dude, the amount of jokes on TikTok when it snowed all across the country like 2 weeks ago, and everyone was like, "Oh, it snowed 3 inches, 5 inches. Is that a lot? Do you find that like a satisfying amount of snow?" At first, I was like, "These are pretty good jokes," but after 3 days of dick to snow jokes, I was about ready to lose my mind.
Well, dude, mine's the one that I find so funny is the guy that was like, his girlfriend comes home and complains that he doesn't notice the haircut, and she's like, "It was 2 inches. That's a lot." And he's like, "It's not what you were saying the other night." So is it or a lot, or is it not enough? I don't understand. But
I'm gonna give it a Google. I doubt we get any sort of answer.
I'm going to guess it's probably a little bit lower. So I'm going to say
I'm gonna
it's
say it's
a
probably
good
like
4
4.5.
miles. Like a good 4 mile marker.
okay, 4. We'll go with
Well,
4.
why would they have a half mile marker?
I don't know. You
Would it
said,
be
what's
miles?
the average
Would it be
dick size? I'm saying
kilometers?
4.5.
What did they use in Rome?
I don't know. Clicks,
No.
light years. I don't know.
Oh, light years. It's a point.
Oh, menshealth.com. There's an evolution of penis size throughout time.
When was I average?
You're the closest related to apes, apparently.
Oh no.
Oh, let's see. I might actually read this because this might be interesting, but I don't want to read it right now. Oh, now let's talk about clitorises.
Yeah, well, just get us Roman times.
Roman dicks.
No answer. Human penis size.
You can tell me that I'm closely related to the apes, but yet you can't tell me what the size of Roman.
Why don't we
dicks
just give
are.
it for an update next episode?
That's perfect.
I'll give it a look. Anyway, so yeah, it wasn't like dicks also were like not uncommon, basically carvings, but can you just imagine that now? I mean, they had to take down the 420 mile marker in most states because people kept fucking stealing them.
Well, it meant something a little different to them than what it does
Yeah?
to us today.
I mean, it's
To us, it's a good joke.
It's also the thing where you were just used to seeing other people's dicks because
do you-
clothing
do
wasn't
you-
the same.
Do you think it wasn't actually to mark how far it is, but what direction to go?
I think it was more of like a sign, and
Maybe.
I think it was like I don't know. Here in my head, this is how I closely relate it to modern day Cold War / World War II. There was an actual like
Or are you just saying that because it's a little small? It's cold out here.
no, there was an actual. I don't know if it ever got implemented. I know that there was an actual like military plan put into place where they would basically airdrop plane loads of condoms that were magnum size, like extra large, but they were labeled medium, so that the other people would think that Americans were physically superior. And I feel
This is
like
true.
Romans were like, take that, other rest of the world.
Take that, Ireland.
What we think of ourselves.
But I think like Romans put that up because they were like, not only do we have this badass road, we got dicks, and like for some reason, like a dick sign was like a big deal. I don't know.
You think boobs are a part of this?
I doubt it. In the Roman culture, I don't think
Probably
so.
not,
That was
right?
that was more of like a
Yeah.
Catholic thing, like Renaissance, just constantly painting naked women and stuff.
Yeah.
But also like baby dicks and stuff like that. A bunch of naked babies.
Why specifically Ireland?
I think we had one Irish listener, so
Oh, okay.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
man.
fuck
What are you
that
doing?
guy.
What are you calling him out for?
because I want comments on the algorithm.
All right, that's true.
Fair.
Every time we mention a country, we get like a peek at that country.
Yeah.
Like I
once.
said, we should just have a podcast where we just list off different countries.
all 195 countries.
Name them all.
Mm-hmm.
Wakanda.
Good start. Minecraft world. Oh fuck.
All right.
You say one now.
Yeah, you got to do one. Ireland.
Madagascar.
That's a place.
It's a real place. All I could think of was the fucking Madagascar movie.
Wait. What do you mean?
Johto
What do you, wait,
region.
wait, wait. What do you mean real
Poland.
place? Wakanda's real.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's real, but it's not called Wakanda. It's based on
Yeah, all right.
a real place.
Let's go.
It's Africa.
Yeah, I guess. Anyways,
Based in that continent. But anyway, I don't know. It was JJ's Picks of the Week because I have a history degree. It's sitting in that drawer. Actually, I don't know where it's. I don't know where it's at. Is it in the safe? It might be in the safe. I don't know. Where was I going with this? I don't know. It was just a cool find. You know, it gives us more information about every like little thing. Gives you like a little bit more about history, and this just kind of shows a little bit more Roman presence in Britain at the time and dicks.
and plus, who doesn't love talking
How
about
funny
dicks?
is it that you find a carving of a dick and you're like, this is a significant historical find? Like, this is such a big deal right now.
It's like the whole blank was here was an actual like thing.
yeah, that
in
was a
history.
thing. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like there's like Roman and Greek carvings and stuff like that. All over the world of basically people just putting their names and stuff.
Yeah, and now it's just a fucking joke kids do, and like other kids like
That,
notebooks. And
what do
stuff.
you think in 100, 200, 2,000 years? Like the same way we view the Romans and stuff like that. But they find that cool S thing that we all did in junior high
Yeah.
because we don't even know what that means.
What about the pencil thing that we used to do, the little tapping thing, where we had to like.
Well, how are they going to find that? Like, they're not going to find a carving of a pencil. tapping.
There's just gonna be a kid.
It's gonna be passed down for generations.
Oh, like everyone's just gonna be doing it, and you're be like,
Yeah.
"What's that all about?" And we're like, "Oh, it used to be an ancient art." And we're like, "Nah, kids, the annoying kid did it in math."
Were either one of you two able to do it?
The S.
No, the pencil.
Yeah, I
thing.
could back in the
Yeah,
day.
I couldn't do it.
Did you get that
I have
pen?
no.
I want to see him.
no
No, don't do it. The mics are picking up every fucking tap you do. No, yeah, that cool S thing. We don't know where it came from. I think that's crazy because that's so recent and like,
Yeah.
and everyone knows it across like.
Imagine being the kid that invented it.
I know, right? Some people say it originated in Australia. I mean, there's not a whole lot of proof. There has been some stuff where it's like been found in like, oh, it's kind of like something looks like that in a piece of art, or it was in like an 1880s math book.
Imagine being the kid that invented it and getting absolutely no
No
credit for
credit.
it, and not only getting no credit for it, but like it didn't. You got nothing.
Nothing.
It was nothing.
nothing.
Nothing at all.
I mean,
Nothing.
you can still look back on it and be like, "Hey, I did that."
Can you?
Well, imagine a guy who first adopted the swastika as part of his like the Asian religion, and then in the 40s ran around, and you were like, "Oh fuck!" Oh, yeah, that's
I do not
Yeah, 'cause it
associate
used to
myself
be
with
a
that at
sign
all.
of like peace and shit, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
And then it got ruined.
it's in it's in the Naruto manga. Anyway, it's just a fun little.
Is that a gunshot?
Don't worry about it. It happens here. You guys aren't from a town like this. It's fine. You guys live out in the sticks.
Okay.
No, usually there's more there,
Yeah, but they're
and it's normal.
for a different purpose. Someone's just getting a critter or a tin can.
Do you want
A
to do mine or
crime
not?
just happened. Let's see where we at. How long is it?
Not very.
Go for it.
I'm
then.
sure you guys will not have a whole lot to talk about.
Go for it.
All right, so for Delvin's pick of the week, boys, they've done it. They've made cryptocurrency even weirder, even harder to understand. Essentially, now there's a thing called NBA Top Shots.
Oh,
Can you guess what this is?
Was it a cryptocurrency of some kind?
It's like
It
an
is.
online cryptocurrency like card thing.
But is
isn't
it like a trading card thing? Like,
Yeah.
Can I trade
Except-
a LeBron James?
Here's the thing: it's not trading cards. You buy the rights to a highlight, so a highlight reel.
Oh, really?
You buy the rights
'Cause-
to a highlight reel.
my roommate from
I was trying to tell you to stop fucking with it, and I smacked your mic stand.
my roommate from college was actually like in line for it today, and it was like 1.5 million people in front of him.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Nah, I'm out."
It is
So he
super.
sent me a
It's
Snapchat about
and
it.
okay, so here's the craziness that's going on with it. And once again, to me, I don't understand it because I can just go online and find these clips.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the inherent
So
value?
is the idea that someone's eventually going to ask you to license that one clip?
Well, essentially, that's what it is. Okay, so when you buy it, you buy a serial number. Then that's the thing that has the value. The serial number has the value. That serial number is associated with a specific clip. And if of that specific clip, people have the rights to purchase that serial number from you so that they can own that clip.
How much is one clip?
But the thing is that the clip itself is already out there. Like ESPN has it, and like everybody has it, but you just have the serial number.
So can I buy the entirety of Game 6, 2012 Eastern Conference Finals, LeBron James highlights against
Quit
the Boston
tapping the
Celtics?
table.
Together, yes, you can.
How much is it going to cost me?
A lot of
Because
money.
if I lose that, I'm
It's
going to
a
have
ton.
a thing that I can't watch on my bad days. I'm going to be really upset.
No, it's a ton. So a lot of what's happening right now is that players themselves are actually buying these, like, their own highlights
Smart.
and then making more money off it. So,
So
like,
you
they'll
can
go-
buy a specific clip?
Yeah, you can buy.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's the
just
same like
not
trading
a-
cards.
It's just not like
Yeah.
a lottery.
No, it starts out as a lottery, but once you have them,
Well,
there's the typical
give it. I
trading
get
side.
that. Like someone who thinks like this isn't like a cryptocurrency. This doesn't make any sense. With the amount of people, with the right amount of people and money, you can make anything a currency.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's built like a blockchain.
Oh, I don't know what those words mean at all.
It's like
But it's
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's
Bitcoin's
Bitcoin.
blockchain.
It's you have a lock and you have a key,
Mm.
and when you have the lock and the key, that's how everything like kind of gets, and that's what the serial number's for.
How much do you think that eventually Michael Jordan's Game 6 like winning shot in the finals is going to be?
So far, I think the most expensive one that I've seen has been a little over $550,000.
I bet that one's going to eventually hit like
and I bet,
multi-million
yeah,
dollars.
I don't even know if that one's out there yet in circulation.
Probably
It has to
not.
be, but eventually, I mean, and I don't even know how you go about like
Can you put
putting
like?
these out there
I don't either.
or coming up
Can
with
you
something.
just do like
that.
an eBay auction and?
I get, yeah. But essentially what's happening is that a lot of the NBA stars are actually going and buying the clips from people, their clips. And whenever they buy the clips, they'll turn around and they'll resell them, and they'll make more money off of it because it's their clip and they're selling it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so this is a way
Boy,
that they're
that's
making a lot of
confusing.
money into it.
Yeah.
And so that this is a very big thing. But my thing is that where the inherent value is in the serial number. So it's a lot like trading money. Because a lot of money, whenever you go to trade money off of other than misprints, a lot of it has to do with the serial number that you're getting too. That's a lot of what's happening here. And I was reading over this thing, and the guy kind of had the same take as me. The take is, how is this thing essentially valuable? You can get this online. I can go to YouTube. I could type this in right now, and I could watch this thing.
Mhm.
Well, it's the serial number, which really just begs to ask the question, or I guess not ask the question, say people will buy anything.
I think
and they
it's-
will trade anything.
It's kind of like, how is this Pokemon card valuable? Well, I can just Google the picture of it, and you're like, yeah, but this is that piece of cardboard that was made by these
Exactly.
people. It's like, yeah, you can go find that clip, or you can find that picture.
But how do
that-
you go about minting this? You can't mint it. You can't give it like a mint 10 or a...
Oh,
Well, I don't think you have
mint
to.
like grading it, not
Like a
like
grade,
minting,
yeah.
creating.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will. It might not even have that aspect. I mean, it's a
Probably not,
'cause
cryptocurrency. I
it's
mean,
not-
you don't grade a Bitcoin,
It's not like you're
Yeah.
going to play,
or maybe it's based off of the camera quality that happened. At
or
the time.
it's like, yeah. 'cause
Rarity of the clip, like, oh, this is just a pass from Curry. It's okay, but oh, this is when the lights went out and like fucking.
Yeah.
Because like when
one of
it's
the
like
stadiums.
cards, if you have like a misprint or like a
Mhm.
miscut or something, that's where the grades go down. But
So I guess this is essentially a crossbreed. It's a crossbreed between a trading card game and a cryptocurrency.
So you mean this binder full of baseball and basketball cards I have over here is now worthless?
No, they still have worth. Everything. Here's the thing. Everybody has something that they're trading, and that's still a thing that somebody's trading.
Mm-hmm. Man, this is interesting. That's
Yeah.
so weird. It's kind of like I feel like a boomer right now looking at like how Bitcoin works, because the way I'm like, I just cannot compute. The hamster in my brain is just going nuts on his little wheel.
it's going to be interesting to see how it evolves. Like if people with the actual like rights to it and the serial numbers are going to be able to like copy strike like YouTube videos and shit like that, then that'll be really
Yeah,
interesting.
I
because
kinda
that
wonder-
could be a very slippery slope, basically.
Yeah.
So
And I wonder if this is going to bleed into other sports. Because right now it's just the NBA. I wonder when it's going to happen into the NFL and the MLB.
Well,
no
no
one's
one cares
gonna
about
buy
the
baseball
MLB, so
clips.
no one cares about that.
You're
Dolan's
kidding.
gonna own 90% of the
That's
MLB
not.
clip.
Well, dude,
He's gonna own whole games.
Baseball cards are like one of the most traded things out there.
that's because they're just as boring as the game.
No, the most
Oh,
traded thing
come
out
on.
there is STDs. So you really think you're gonna put baseball cards in the same camp as STDs?
Yeah.
Are there scalpers for baseball cards like there is for
Scalpers
Pokemon
for
cards?
STDs.
Yeah, there is. Furbo.
There actually is. There's been a big problem
I'm
lately.
sure there is.
Walmart had a big breach a couple of weeks ago where someone. Okay, so like some Walmarts are 24 hours still, even after COVID. Someone would go in and they're supposed to stock the baseball cards at 7 a.m. Well, someone went in there and at 6:50 they saw an employee taking all of the cards off the shelves, buying them, like clocking out, going and buying all the cards on break, and then leaving. And then 7 o'clock rolls around, there's nothing left. And you're like, you're not supposed to be allowed to do this. Like, you're the worker there. Like, I know that you're off the clock, but still, this is bullshit. Like, you got there before they were fucking on the shelf. And so, yeah, baseball is going through it. Baseball scalping is fucking intense.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
sure.
Because there's only like 3 people in each town that wants to do it. But like Pokemon cards, ever since fucking Logan Paul, jackass, and all the fucking streamers got into it, I don't
been
want to
awful.
get into it. I don't want to get into it. It's too nerdy. It's too niche.
Long story short, I think it is super cool that this is happening, but also very, very confusing.
Diamond
Yeah.
hands. Diamond hands, boys.
You guys want to do what's it
On
called?
title?
Thank you.
What's it called? Your own segment? Sure.
Let's do all in the title. I only have a few, and then we'll get out of here and go back to eating fries from Happy Meals.
Sounds great.
Woman pleads guilty to biting a man's tongue off before a seagull flew off with it.
That's a lot to unpack.
So this woman, I looked and I read and I could not figure out why they got in a fight. But from what it said, she was insane. Going at this man with her fists, trying to swing at him, grabbing him, pulling him in, kissing him, tongue kissing him, biting off a 2 by 3 centimeter chunk of his tongue, spitting it into the road. When a seagull swooped down, grabbed it, flew off.
How did his tongue get in her mouth? When you're Frenching somebody, you have the control to not put your tongue in that person's mouth. Why did this dumbass say, "Oh yeah, she's been hitting me"?
Dude,
Why don't, I'm just gonna fucking reciprocate
wrong.
here.
It's the heat of the moment.
Dude, yeah, the craziness
It's
gets
the
you.
heat of the
You've
mo-
clearly never
You've
made out with
never-
any
yeah,
fucking psycho,
you've
man.
never been
because
in-
that shit gets you.
Exactly. There's the
Your girls are too
they're the
sane,
most
man.
fun.
You girls are too sane,
Apparently.
boring ass.
Damn.
Just only missionary for you, I bet.
What, there's other things?
What else? You cut a hole
I
in the
fell
sheet.
on my
you lay it
side
over.
once.
If you, oh man,
Premarital
if you don't
sex
come
is
out of a
sin.
relationship with at least one new scar, you're not even dating. You might as well be sisters.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Kiwi nun sister Anne Marie breached COVID restrictions in Ireland to attend an exorcism.
You know, I get it.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, if
I
you
mean,
got,
if you-
if you got to exercise some demons, you got to do
You
that.
gotta do it.
Here's
You
the thing.
Hey.
COVID is clearly not going into that exorcism.
yeah,
So
they're
you're
staying
safe
clear.
there.
What was it before? The wrestling mats. They had a wrestling mat in the room
Mhm.
when they were doing the exorcism, so COVID can't touch it.
What?
This,
What?
yeah,
You
this
don't
is from
remember
an
the
old
wrestling mat
episode. This is an
story?
old episode where we were like,
we
COVID,
covered?
that
Yeah.
that
Ohio.
COVID can't get into. Yes,
Ohio was allowing wrestling, but you couldn't shake hands after the match.
Oh right.
And so we were just like, the wrestling mats prevent COVID.
Yes,
There's
yes.
there's a barrier whenever you walk in.
That's because COVID can't throw down with these fucking
That's
teenage
right.
no,
boys.
So
they can't.
They'll
to
get
the-
a headlock.
so
or-
they took
or
wrestling
the
mats
devil.
to the exorcism,
Yeah, they'll just get ringworm.
which was worse.
Man, you know what? This is totally off topic, but have you like ever seen a dude with just mean cauliflower ear?
Okay, here's the thing. Rachel and I earlier today was talking about cauliflower ear.
Dude, it's disgusting.
And here's the thing. I didn't think that was a real thing.
No, it is, dude. There's a guy on TikTok. He's a socialist like creator who like I watch some of his stuff, and he's a wrestler. And I can't, every time I've never looked at his face once. I'm just staring at the motherfucker's ears the whole time.
You know,
It's gross.
This brings up a whole nother topic though. Is
Mhm.
that it's crazy how often you'll never hear a thing all the way up and look. I'm X number of years old right now, and I have never once heard the
mention your
term
age all the
cauliflower.
time.
Have we?
Yeah, because I keep
I
getting it
don't
wrong.
fucking remember. Yeah, okay, I'm 35.
No.
I'm between the ages of 18 and 40. All right.
According to all the surveys I fill out on YouTube, that's the important age group that I fall into.
Yes, but the point is that I've never once heard cauliflower ear,
Same.
and I've heard it twice today.
Dude, you watched the Adam Sandler stand-up special.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we watched it.
No, we did not.
Dude, you told me you watched it.
I did not.
Who was I talking to?
Not me.
Questioning his friendship right now.
All right.
But-
Well,
but
hey, watch it. You
anyways-
should watch it. It's really good. But he has a song called Cauliflower Ear, I think.
Anyways, though, I've heard it twice today. Like, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
I'll have never heard a word before ever in my life. And then it just constantly has been thrown at me.
That's a
at one point in
there's
time.
a
There's an
there's a
effect
term for it.
yeah,
behind
there's a term
it.
for it. I can't remember what it is, but
But it
dude,
happens
it's
all the
so,
fucking
it's so
time.
weird. Like, just boxers and wrestlers get it. Like UFC fighters, just you take enough cold clocks to the ear, it just swells up and grows weird.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like cauliflower.
Well, Rachel showed me a couple pictures of
Why
it
was she
today.
bringing it up?
The Bader-Meinhof phenomenon is when you learn about something and you hear it constantly.
Dude, I know. I just heard about that. Now I've heard it everywhere. The Bader-Meinhof phenomenon.
You know, I don't remember why we were talking about it. I think it had something to do with the dogs.
Oh no, the lady bit off his tongue. The guy's
No,
tongue.
no. Why did Rachel bring it up?
Oh,
That's not even what story we're on. We're on the Kiwi nurse doing the
Oh,
exorcism.
I'm still stuck on the why the fuck did that guy stick his tongue in her mouth,
I
man?
don't know, man.
You just don't get it.
I
okay?
don't,
You
I
don't
don't.
understand.
All
I
right.
get where this guy's coming from.
Phoenix family discovers 5,000 fentanyl pills inside daughter's thrift store toy.
Fentanyl. What's fentanyl?
Fentanyl is a drug that is,
Great, thanks. Fucking
Thanks.
oh god,
Basically, it's what killed like Lil Peep and Mac Miller.
You still didn't tell me what it does.
hold on.
It-
Does it just kill people? Why do we even have it?
It's like I think people are using it as like filler and like normal drugs. so,
Controlled substance, high risk of
It's an
addiction
opioid,
and
isn't it?
dependence can
Ooh,
can
sign me up.
cause- what the fuck
No,
does
it's
it do?
not. It fucks you up.
Yeah, it's
That's
an
what I'm aiming
opioid,
for.
so it's just like
It's like a pain reducer.
Yeah.
It like it fucks you up.
You are.
really bad.
Look, here's the thing. You're not.
I'm
you-
not.
you're-
not
you're
convincing
selling
you.
me on
I'm-
this.
I'm-
listen, we have a guy. I'll text the guy after this. He'll get us a good description. Anyway, so they went to like a Goodwill in Phoenix, Arizona, and bought one of those like glow worm, like you know those things, They're, like
Mhm.
really creepy looking, and they like it felt weird, and so they cut it open, and there was a Ziploc bag with 5,000 fentanyl pills in it.
Someone's so upset. Because
Someone's
that's
pissed.
a lot of money,
That's
probably.
a lot, dude. That's a lot. And you know what? I bet it was 6,000, and the dad copped a few before they took it to the police. Have you seen that? There was a story that went viral a few months ago of a kid who found a bag with like $15,000 and he turned it into the police, and the police gave him like a little plaque. And I was like, I pray to God my kid's never that fucking stupid to give $15,000 of free money to the police in return for a plaque. It wasn't even a plaque. Like they had like it's like a template that they have, and they just fill out your name and they go like, you're a junior deputy.
At that point, do you just like take $5K and be like, oh, I found this bag with $10K in
Oh,
it,
absolutely.
or take $10K and oh, there's only $5K
If it's an odd number, I'm rounding down. Like I'm like, oh man, this was $16,420. Found a bag with 10 grand in it.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now. That's dirty money, but I'll clean it up somehow. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but don't you run the risk of maybe it being counterfeit bills?
I
It's
know
a
where
problem for
I
later,
know where
me.
you can get those pins off Amazon.
Okay. So
Just
you're
go-
gonna buy a pin
That-
first and then turn in
well,
the money.
Well, that's
That'd look really suspicious, wouldn't it?
buy the pin and be like,
Look into
nope,
that.
this shit's fake.
Well,
We'll go ahead
I
and
would
give
be
it
like,
to
well,
you."
officer, I checked it before I wasted your time with it.
I mean, at that point too, it's like why turn it in? It's just counterfeit money. Just throw it away.
I think you're supposed to turn it
Yeah,
in.
you still have to turn that
Burn
shit
it.
in.
Well, it might be related to a crime in which that you could get a reward for if you turn it in. You never
That's
know.
true.
You
That's
never
true.
know. Virginia prison staff. This is why men are so fucking stupid. Honestly, okay. I'll get to it here in a second. Virginia prison staffer says she was fired on suspicions of smuggling into the prison after a body scan detected a tampon. So this is why guys are so fucking stupid, because they just saw something in a girl and they were like, she's trying to bring in drugs, and they fired her. And partially it's not men's fault, although after a certain point, like we're all adults. You got to do your own research. Like, just because public school system in America, men aren't even taught about their bodies, let alone, so like teenage girls and like stuff like that growing up and like in college, girls are always so shocked at how little guys know about like periods and like menstrual cycle and like stuff like and like just women's body stuff. And you're like, we're not even taught about ours, let alone yours. The American school system pretends sex doesn't exist. So why would we ever be taught shit like this?
Well, sex is a sin, so
Obviously.
Okay.
Like, duh, no one's not saying
Jesus,
that.
have you not had sex?
Alex,
It's clearly
oh
a sin.
no.
premarital sex? No, thank you.
I've had postmarital
Not-
sex, and I've
not
been
this
divorced
guy.
5 times. But
Could you imagine being that guy? Just
what?
Constantly
Who
marrying
can't
somebody.
have premarital sex?
Just
But
constantly
Well,
marrying somebody
yeah.
and being like, I'm done now.
well, what you do is you run the scheme. You get married once. That way, every sex is always postmarital sex.
Oh,
Exactly.
See, you're outsmarting the system.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Jesus will think that way, but
He'll be all right.
he'll be like, oh, you
He'll
broke
get
the
it.
rules.
You'll be like, hey, look, loopholes are loopholes.
That's true.
I
We
get
all
it.
have them. He's like, yeah, like these holes that I have in my hands from dying for your sins. Just as he gives you a dirty look.
No, he's like, oh, I want to shake your hand because you found a loophole. And it's like, oh, careful, though. You're going to touch the hole from where I died for your sins.
let's
It's just like you,
let's go.
you feel it.
let's
You're like,
sign off. Thanks everybody for listening.
Have a good one.
See ya.
This one's titled Off the Rails.
You just finished watching an episode of the Can't Sit Still podcast. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like, review, or a comment to let us know what you think of the show. If you have a news story that you would like us to review and comment on, send it to can'tsitstillpod@gmail.com or tweet us at can'tsitstillpod. We hope to see you back next week for some more funny and informative news topics.